It rained persistently here all day yesterday, quite heavily at times. Today it's dry and windy, so we're definitely getting climatic extremes from day to day. Anyways, this particular area before I planted the eucalypts used to get very wet, so it would be, you know, if I was pushing my foot down here, the water would be coming up. So eucalyptus definitely dry up boggy ground. 6-7 hours after the rain stopped, it's dry, very dry. Even in the depth of, well, perhaps depth isn't the correct word, but in the shade here along this path, as you can see, it's dry. These are ovata, a swamp gum, so as the name suggests, they are particularly suitable to drying up boggy ground, and I have really good stock at the moment. I would put a caveat on the ovata, they're not the hardiest, so perhaps more suitable to coastal areas where frosts don't generally get below -5, but they grow rapidly. Those I planted here grew at 2.5 meters in 1 year, despite the fact that I didn't have success here with them due to the severe weather, the severe cold snap just at the end of 2022 there. I'm going to have another go. They grew so fast. So I'm waiting for a blade for the bush cutter, a mulching blade, which I'll make a separate video on that. Quite keen to see just how well that does. I've tried the blades, standard blades on the bush cutter, and to be honest, I find them a bit of a waste of time. So stick around to see that one. Here's the fox again. You're going to come and say hello, fox. Walking past. You've had 2 eggs and you got 6 yesterday. So anyways, I'm going to have another go with ovata, and I'll plant them here in the next week or so. These are camphora, also a swamp gum. They, as you can see, are thriving. No issues whatsoever with -7 for almost 2 weeks and the freezing fog. Best of them now, I suppose, are getting on for 3.5 meters. That's coming up for 1.5 years since I first planted these. So 3.5 meters, frost tolerant, very hardy, an excellent choice, and again, swamp gum, great for boggy ground. I have some very healthy, very vigorous camphora. I do have a couple of losses to replace down in that area. Maybe 4 extra, maybe half a dozen extra I'll plant. They were, as you can see, they're very healthy, growing beautifully, very vigorously. So I do want to plant a few more myself, but I'm definitely going to have a few extras. So just get in touch or buy online. Hey fox, are you going to follow me around till you get some more eggs? Is that what's going to happen here? These are Rodwayi, another swamp gum. So in terms of being a swamp, this definitely isn't. It's on a raised bank, so it's very well draining. And I'll turn you around in a minute and show you it's very, very exposed to the Atlantic gales, and yet these are thriving. As I say, I'll give you a look just now. They're just so healthy. As you can see, very exposed, no shelter at all. So that considered, these are just so healthy. And yeah, they're not particularly big as yet. This is the first year I'd say they've had a chance to get their roots in the ground and make a start at establishing themselves. So high hopes for Rodwayi, and Rodwayi are grown commercially for firewood. They're also grown as shade and shelter for livestock. So a fabulous choice for all the farmers with some boggy ground who also keep the livestock. Kind of hoping that the mulching blade for the bush cutter will really help me with my vegetation control here, because this bank really does get thistles a metre high. And just as I'm going on here, I'm just remembering I planted these in December 21. So you know, in terms of you can plant eucalyptus at any time of year, that really does corroborate what I'm saying. Here's the fox again, really relaxed. Hey Foxy, you gonna stay there? That's just amazing. You sunning yourself. This one's doing really well. Just fantastic. Quite a few Rodwayi growing nicely. Enough for a small forest. Definitely enough for clearing up, drinking up some swampy ground. I'd say some of these might be just about ready, but realistically I'd say another 4 weeks and these will just be in perfect condition. So if you're interested, just buy online or get in touch and I'll be happy to answer any questions and help you out. Good luck meantime.